Hi friends, how are you? I hope you are doing well. So in this video we will learn about the useRef hook. So earlier we already seen use state and use effect hook. So now we will learn about the useRef hook. So useRef hook used to prevent the unnecessary re-rendering in our component. So it allow to persist the value between the renders, and in our use state hook, that if the state value is changed, it means that your component will re-render again. If the state value is updated, then your component will re-render again. So if we are using the useRef hook, it means if the input type or any if your value is changed, it means that it will prevent the re-rendering of your component. It will not re-render your component again. So using using the useRef, we can directly access the DOM element. So earlier we already seen that if you work on the JavaScript or jQuery, so we are accessing our DOM element if we are using the JavaScript, then we are accessing our DOM element using the document.getElementById or class name or any tag. So and if we are using a jQuery, then you can directly use the $sign or dollar and then ID or class. By using the ID or class, you can access the DOM element. So same thing happen inside our React components. So this can be done by the useRef hook. So useRef hook return only one item, that is called the object. So in the, how we can create a useRef element, and how we can assign our input value, useRef element value into our input elements. So we need to ref attribute to set the value inside our element, inside our input type or any p tag. So this is the basic introduction about the useRef hook. So main thing is that that we need to understand about the useRef hook. The first is that we can directly access the DOM element, and second is that it will prevent the unnecessary re-rendering. We are able to get input type value or any tag value directly from the DOM. So now we will learn understand by the example. So I have created this example here. So in this example, I have already created an input. So first we need to first we import the useRef from the React, and then we can I'm create a variable const and then useRef and initialize the value by null. So initially the value is null, and then this null value is assigned into this input type. Like this is the input type text. A default value is place. Default value is text, and I'm just placeholder. We can placeholder like anything. If this is the name or anything, we can place the placeholder like name here, and this null value is this null value assigned to in this input type. So when I click on this button, I'm calling this method here. So what I'm doing here, I'm calling this method here, and input ref. This is already we create using the useRef element, and this will return one item, that is current, and this will return this current item, and by dot value we are able to access this value. And we can as if we want to call our API or anything, then we can call our API here. So it means that we can change this input type many times, but it doesn't re-render our component again. We are just getting our data on this click button only once. Once we will click this button, then we are able to fetch the value of this. We can I'm just consoling. I just check here. So I'm just what I'm doing here, that I'm getting the value and just console this value what the user press here. Then I can set we can input we can focus, or we can blank our value. We can do anything with this input type. I'm just I'm fetching the value coming from this input type on this button click, and then again what I'm doing, the input ref dot current, that item will return this useRef hook, and I'm setting the value to null. When I click on this button, initially my value is test. This test value is coming from a default value I already set to test. So what I am doing here, when I click on this button, so I'm getting the test value, and then again I'm setting this test value to null. So if I click on this button, now we are like this test value, I'm able to fetch the value, and again I'm setting the value to, and then I'm doing the blank. So now I'm getting this. So now what happen if I changing this, like I'm doing any changes into this input type, it doesn't re-rendering our component. If we are using the use state or any other hook, that it means it will re-render our component again. So like I'm changing this input type, but our component doesn't re-rendering now. When this will get our input type value when I click on this button, so it will re-render the it will prevent our unnecessary re-rendering. So what happen if we are using same thing, I can do with the help of use state hook. So inside the use state hook, I just remove this one and create a on change method here. On change, and I'm calling I'm passing this one, and change data method, and I initialize this. I calling this method, so I need to declare this method as well. const data, and I'm passing the event. Now what happen when I'm changing this input type value, then this method will call, and if I set color to event.target.value, that event is coming here. So event e.target target.value. I'm setting when I change in this input type button as well as I console here, so that we can find the difference. Console.log, and we can console value as well. Now I just create this one. So first what I can see that undefined reading target, I want to pass event as well from here, so we are able to access this E. So we can run again. Now what you are seeing that when I changing this input type, the component will re-rendering again multiple times. So we can prevent our unnecessary re-rendering. Okay, so this can be achieved by using the useRef hook. So now if I changing the input type value, now there are no any re-rendering in our React component. This can be done only once. When I click on this button, then we can able to access then we are able to console this only once. So this is the main difference. So this useRef hook mainly used when we want to there are validations, and when you click on a particular a submit button, then then we want to empty our this input values, then we can set the input values, as well as we can we can use the focus anything. So this is the main difference. So if we are using the if we are using use state hooks, means that when this color value change, it means that your whole component will re-render again. And if we are using this useRef hook, it means that this input type value, if we are changing this input type value, it means that you are not re-rendering your component. This we can directly access the value using the DOM element. So if we are work with the a JavaScript or jQuery, so we are getting and set our value using the DOM elements. So this is the ID, we can assign the ID, and a name. So if we are using the jQuery, so we can directly get value by $.id, and so that we can fetch the value from directly this object. This can be achieved in React hook using the useRef hook. So this is the main difference. So this is the about useRef hook. I think I think you got understand, and if you face any issue and if you have any doubt, please ping me. And so please like and subscribe my channel. I'm trying to doing my best. I just started YouTube channel, so I'm trying to best my best. And if you face any issue, any confusion, so you can ping to me. So thank you everyone.